Okay, so I thought I'd come in here, guys, to give you a little update on how things have been. Um, I want to just start by saying that when it comes to content, I know I make quite a bit of it, but to be honest, it's something that still does make me very nervous till this point now. Like, getting in front of a camera for me is not the easiest thing at all. Or even let me scratch that. Getting in front of the camera isn't that bad. It's the get in front of the camera and talking. So like growing up, I've always had this thing where I feel like my mind thinks quicker than the words are ready to come out. And then what happens is I have all these thoughts going at 100 miles per hour and my mouth is going at like 10. And then I feel like I always muddle up my words. And even like now, I'm really self-conscious of it. And I feel like when I make content, I then overthink a lot about the things I'm saying out loud. So bear with me, but I'm also trying to just learn to not care too much, and as long as like the messages I'm putting out there is helpful to even just one of you, then I'm happy. But yeah, just thought I'd come in here to give you a quick update on how things have been. Last week I done a half marathon, and I got 1 hour 29 minutes and I think it was 57 seconds. So yeah, basically that was it was a good time. I got a PB of 6 minutes from 1 hour 35, which was my last one that I'd done. And if I'm being honest, on the build up to this run, I only ran, I think, 5 times in total, just because I had issues with my calves, which I'll go on to talk about. But the race itself was good. Fitness was there. I felt good, but I think it was after around 3K, I felt this is not how I should be feeling. Everything below my waist, sorry, going down. My calves and my Achilles have been an issue for me for such a long time. It's something which I've kind of ignored. I keep doing this thing of like resting and then feeling good, and I come back to running, and then I was just looking up all these potential solutions that could potentially help me sort out the problem. Looking at my running form, looking at strengthening certain muscles like my hip flexors, all these things. And I think on Sunday of the race, it really was made clear to me that this thing I keep ignoring is actually becoming a problem. And my fitness was there, but my legs weren't ready to match that fitness. And I think when it comes to like these competitive events and what I'm trying to achieve, I don't want to hold myself back. And I felt during that race, I knew that when I got to 3K, for me to get to 21, I'm going to have to hold back, just because my Achilles and my calves are just not there. The last 3K, I went for it. I think I got like sub 4 minute Ks on that point, like 350s, which I was right with, considering I was pretty tired at that point. And I still felt like I could have gone faster, but at that point my calves both cramped up. So I ran for like a good 2K on cramped calves, which wasn't great. And this week I've just kind of been suffering from it since. But I don't want to be negative. The race was good. I got a 6 minute PB. I'm not disappointed because I know I'm going to give it another go again. This isn't just a one-off for me. This is what I want to do with my life, and I know that the only time to ever be disappointed about anything is if you know it's the last chance or last time you're going to do it. If you're going to do it again, then there's no need to be disappointed. So for me, it was a case of my target of 1 hour 25. I missed it by 4 minutes, but 4 minutes, considering the state of my calves, I know that if I felt 100% like physically, I would have felt fine. Even going into it, I think I trained a bit too hard on the build up, because I think the day before, 2 days before, I had issues with, what did I have issues with? My heart rate spiked in one of my workouts, like in a way in which I've never experienced it, hit 180, and I was like, what is going on? Nearly felt like I was about to faint, like it wasn't great. But yeah, no, that was good. Well, that wasn't good, but yeah. So probably going into that a second time, or the third time next time, I'll actually like really try and taper down. And even for HYROX as well, I just tend to panic in situations where something is important. I feel like I need to do more, when if anything, I need to actually pull back even more. So yeah, that was good. Yeah, so this week kind of pulled back on the workouts a bit, nothing too intense. And then yesterday I went to go see the physio. I haven't been to see the physio in ages, you'd be surprised. It's again something I just keep putting off. But I met this physio named Will yesterday. Big shout out to Will, really nice guy. And I told him pretty much everything that's been going wrong with me and my legs and the problems it's been causing me. And Will said to me that there were a few things that I need to consider. The first was, he said, let's work from your hips going down. So he looked up my hips and he said my hips can open quite wide, but closing inwards, there isn't that same level of mobility. So that was already a cause for concern for him. And basically what he said was happening, and the reason why my calves have been hurting a lot, is that when I'm running, because my hip flexors are tight and my feet are flat, I'm landing on my big toe. So I'm pushing off my big toe every time I run. And how it works, like the best way I can describe it, if I'm pushing off my big toe, it sends tension all the way through to the outside of my calf. So then over time, with volume being around like 50 to 70k a week of running, it takes its toll. And then I was like, it literally, like, as he described it, is how I felt it. And I was like, that's perfect. So even just having that clarity to know what was wrong with me, and I'd advise anyone, if there's something wrong with you, don't pretend to be an expert in something that you're not, because 9 times out of 10, there is literally something wrong with you that you probably don't know the reason for, and getting that advice can just help make life so much easier for you. So I went to go see Will. He helped me with that. He gave me a list of exercises I need to start doing, such as foam roller, getting a sports massage once a month for an hour, just all these things which are tedious. But again, if you really want to get to a certain level, you have to be willing to invest in these things and in like money and time. And yeah, so that's something I'm going to take a lot more seriously. So yeah, that was a really good experience, and yeah, it was just good to know what was wrong, really. And it was funny because, like Will was saying, just having worked as sprint coaches before, it is going to take time to sort itself out, because it's sorting out your gait with running. So that, I think by gait, I think it means your rhythm pattern or how you run is one of the hardest things to do, because I'm assuming, obviously, just because certain things, like it's how you run or walk your entire life, so you have to basically relearn how to run again. And what was the problem was, where I was running and then stopping and taking a week off, obviously my body was then going to recover, but then I go back to then doing the exact same thing again. So I was giving a solution, but not, I was giving a solution to the pain. Sorry, let me think about this. I was giving a solution to the problem, but not finding the cause, basically. So yeah, he said to me, from next week I'll start doing 2k runs on grass, soft impacts, and just really trying to focus on how I'm running, the pattern of how I'm running as well. But yeah, with Valencia coming up, HYROX in mid-October, and potentially me wanting to try and find one before that point, this is something that I just need to do. I need to focus on, I just need to get it done. I need to take rehabilitation seriously, and yeah. But yeah, and then apart from that, this week I've sorted out my diet completely. I'm eating more. I think I was 70 kg going into the race, half marathon. In my mind, the lighter was the easier it was going to be. But if I actually look at my physique, like, I was holding a lot of water. I've been having the same meals every single day, 2 of pretty much the same meals. I'd have bagel, Weetabix, protein pudding. Lunch would be bagel, oats, protein pudding. So not a lot of nutrients in there, not a lot of actually like good protein in there, a lot of carbs, water weight. I've just felt really fluffy, and yeah, it's just something I didn't feel my best, even though I did all right for time wise, but I felt better. So this week I switched it up now. Oats for breakfast, chicken and rice for lunch, salad for dinner. And even with diet, I'll say this, yeah, honestly, allow yourself to have some freedom. And by freedom, I don't mean have whatever you want, but there are alternatives to having certain things. When you restrict yourself so much, the rebound is going to be 10 times worse. And I think what was happening was, these last couple of weeks, I've allowed myself to kind of just relax a little bit going, or before the half marathon, like relax a little bit. But then the problem is because I'm restricting myself so much that when I have that freedom, I go overboard and I enjoy these things that I haven't had in ages, and I want to keep indulging in them. And it's not a very good relationship with food. For me, I like the monotonous nature of eating the same thing every day. But at the same time, if it restricts you so much that you end up binging, it's not worth it. So, like, we all have phones pretty much. We all have like AI, ChatGPT. I'm sure we all use that. But even just apps like that, like you can literally go on there, put in the foods you're eating, the healthy foods you're eating. Don't know why I did that. You can put in the meals you're eating, go into ChatGPT and say, right, these are the ingredients that I'm eating. I want to have a nicer tasting meal or a different meal today for dinner, but also have the same calories, macros. Can you suggest me some ideas? ChatGPT will tell you the alternative meals you could be having, or the quantities and the amounts you need to be having to have these meals. So yeah, like there's a lot of option out there, so I don't know why we limit ourselves sometimes to only a few things. We can definitely be having these things that we want to have, just have to be a bit creative with it. But yeah, so sorry, it's been a long morning, trained. But yeah, it was good. Even going forward now, for me, the goal is HYROX. Between now and the end of the year, I want to basically get as many open races done as possible, and then into next year they've announced the events just in the UK. We've got Manchester, Glasgow, London, Olympia and Cardiff. Pretty much want to do all of them. So to do that at pro weight, I need to really start to up the training and also need to up my recovery and take it seriously. So sleep, stretching myself out, rolling myself out, all these tedious things that we don't really like to do, that we complain takes too much time, do that. But yeah, to be honest, I feel locked in. I feel motivated. Again, like I said, for me, I don't believe you should ever be disappointed about the term failing at something or not achieving the goal, because the only time you should ever be disappointed or deem it a failure is if you know that you're going to quit. If you're not going to quit and you're going to do it again, then there's no reason to be upset about these things. It's just literally we go again. But yeah, I'm loving training right now. Me and my dad are getting back into the gym together. We're going to be doing our HYROX hopefully in London end of this year, fingers crossed. Or if not, I'll find one early next year for us to do, even better. But that'll be really good for us to get that done. And I know my dad's really interested in it, so it'd be good to get that sorted. And then my brothers are also doing a 5k and 10k race, and I'm going to be coaching them. So, I mean, if you want to follow along their journey, that I'm currently documenting the whole thing on my Instagram and TikTok, and you can watch that journey. But my brother's only 13, he's going to be running his first 5k race, and my other brother's 21, running his first 10k race, and he wants to run another one in a few months' time. But I think whilst it's summer and like everyone's enjoying themselves for time off, but don't forget to still look after yourselves and push yourselves to do things that you probably haven't done before, because like this is the time to do it. This is the time you have now to invest in yourself and do that thing that you wanted to try, or do this challenge, or run that race, or start your fitness journey. Do what you need to do now. This is the time to invest yourself. Day-to-day life is just too stressful. There isn't a lot of time. And I'm not minimizing the lives of people and how busy they can be. I still believe there isn't any excuse not to prioritize these things, because at the end of the day, your health comes first. That is number one. Nothing else matters if your health is not on point. But when you have the time like now to be saying to yourself, well, I wanted to try this thing, didn't really have time. If you've got a 6 week summer holiday, or wherever you live around the world where you're watching this, and you have an next long holiday, invest the time into this now. This is the time to be doing it, because you're not going to get this time again up until the following year probably. So yeah, I'm feeling good. I hope you're all feeling good, and again, I appreciate you guys for following along the journey. It's amazing. Thank you for bearing with me today with recording this. I'm going to actually release this in one take and not actually edit it at all, and I want to get comfortable with my flaws, imperfections, and allow them to become my strengths and things I'm proud of as well. So I feel like I got better throughout this video. Hopefully you can let me know in the comments, or but yeah, hate to say it, but if you don't mind liking, subscribing, hit the notification bell, and yeah, just give me a follow on Instagram, TikTok if you want to follow along for the journey. I upload as much as I can. because for me, I've said this to people before, I'm someone that is very grateful for every single person that chooses to come along this journey with me, because the truth is you don't need to, but you do, and you support, and it means the world. But if I can help at least one person along the way every single day, my job is done. I'm happy. I feel like that's what I want to do. I feel like that's what I'm here for, just to help one person start something or realize they can achieve beyond their own expectations. That for me is a win. So yeah, hope you have a blessed day. Love you lots, and yeah, we'll catch you guys in the next video in a bit.